Solarity, Episode 11, Opportunities.
Ugh, why isn't he answering? He better not have bailed on me again. This is too good an opportunity. I can't let it go to waste because of Elias's lack of professionalism. He's really gonna force me to do this. 2 times he's failed in his task. Steady yourself, Sophia. This is what you've been working for. All my men are already in place. There shouldn't be any risk. I can do this. For my brothers in arms. They will finally get the retribution they deserve. God damn you, Elias.
Hi. I was told this is the best place to be fitted for a prosthetic.
You're here for the replacement limb?
Yeah, it's for my leg.
1 moment, please. Name?
Jaime Morrison.
Do you have an appointment?
I'm a walk-in. I was told to mention I'm an acquaintance of Juniper Small.
Have a seat. The doctor will be right with you.
Thanks.
Miss Morrison, the doctor will see you now.
That was fast. Shouldn't you see them first? They were here before me.
The doctor has requested you be bumped to the head of the line.
Okay.
Miss Morrison, I'm Dr. Hannigan, and I'll be taking care of you. How are you doing today?
I'm alright. I could be better.
So I see you've come in for a replacement limb. That shouldn't be a problem. As it turns out, we've just received a fresh shipment. And with your relation to Juniper, I'm sure we can get you a quite attractive one at that.
That's a relief. The sooner I can ditch the crutches, the better. So, what's your relationship with Juniper?
We've known each other for quite a while, actually. It was only a coincidence that we became business associates later on in life.
Business associates? What would a doctor have to gain being Juniper's business associate?
Like you don't know. Here, put this on. We'll start the procedure immediately.
What is this?
It's an anesthetic face mask. I can't attach your replacement until I put you under.
Anesthesia? I just need a prosthetic. No one said anything about anesthesia.
Anesthesia is a necessary part of the limb replacement process, as it can be rather painful. We prefer our patients not to feel any discomfort during the procedure.
Painful. You know what? While I'm asking questions, why do you all keep saying limb replacement? It's not like I'm getting a new...
I thought you were an acquaintance of Juniper's.
You're a business associate.
For many years now.
Who just received a new shipment of limb replacers.
Jupiter is known for its advances in medical science, after all.
Have you done this procedure on others?
It's a common procedure among the rich, often for aesthetic reasons and not actual functionality.
There haven't been any side effects?
No side effects, only satisfied customers.
I have to admit, this is a lot to take in, even for me.
I'm surprised you didn't know. Juniper should have mentioned what it is we do together.
Yeah, well, he hasn't exactly been forthcoming about it. Not that I'm giving him the same courtesy.
Do you still want to go on with the procedure?
Would I be able to use it like it was my own?
It would function exactly like the limb you lost.
But it wouldn't look like it.
No, it wouldn't. However, many people find their new limb's appearance to be quite appealing.
I could walk.
Perfectly.
Run.
Of course.
Fight.
Most definitely.
You're sure there are no side effects?
Believe in me. I want to give you back something you lost, but I need you to let me help you.
No. This isn't right. This isn't why I came here. I just needed a prosthetic, not a new leg.
This is a better opportunity.
I shouldn't have even come. I don't need it back. I've made it this long.
Miss Morrison, wait.
Make sure Juniper knows that I saw through his little plan. I've been tricked by too many people to fall for this.
Maybe I should have gone with her.
Seemed to me she wanted to go alone. Ain't nothing to the procedure anyway, she'll be fine.
Procedure?
Attaching the new limb. It's pretty simple, really. The limb regenerates around the person, so there isn't much to it.
What the hell? You didn't say anything about that.
Oh, didn't I? Must have completely slipped my mind when you two didn't want to share a human conversation with me.
Look, I'm sorry for how Jaime has been acting, but you gotta understand. We don't know who we can trust. We're constantly walking on thin ice, and at any moment someone can turn into an enemy.
I just prefer we be open about things in my home. I'm not gonna do nothing to y'all.
But we don't know that.
How about this? If I told you that I've gone off-planet before, would you feel more inclined to open up to me?
What reason would you have to go off-planet?
For my daughter's funeral.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's alright. She knew what she was doing was dangerous. She was in an organization fighting against the comet. Anyone who does that should know the risks.
Which organization?
They're one of the smaller ones, the Rescue Earth Association.
REA.
Yes, that's the one. Are you familiar?
Yeah. I know of it. What happened to her?
She was a negotiator. So she went to secure funding from less than respectable places. One of them decided she shouldn't be doing that anymore.
That's horrible.
I wasn't gonna miss her funeral. So one night I snuck into a Comet warehouse and tried to steal a ship. I didn't get very far. Comet brought me into custody. When I told them why I did what I did, a man approached me with a proposition, and I couldn't refuse.
A proposition?
It was a sign of good faith on their part. Comet flew me out to see her one last time. In return, I helped them out.
So Jaime was right about you. You do work for Comet.
Partially. I don't very much care for the Comet ideals. I just get the paycheck.
I won't tell. I know there are people like that. My mom felt the same way.
I appreciate that. Her funeral was beautiful. I had no part in arranging it. Comet ensured the best for my little girl. It was that day when I met Holly.
At her funeral?
I always say that one life was sacrificed to give me another. I know my girl always wanted me to move on after her mother passed, and I felt it was a sign that I saw Holly that day.
Do you think your daughter made the right choice?
Choice? Oh, to join the REA. I'm sure it was the right choice for her. She believed in something and made an effort to do something about it. I think doing that is the right choice for everyone.
Even if they can't change anything? I don't know if I agree with that.
That's just how I see it.
Progress isn't made by being a working stiff for an organization like REA.
Everyone has to do their part for change.
Most people don't make change. They can't. Your daughter died so the exceptional could piggyback off of her sacrifice. She was never destined to see the fruits of her labor.
Sounds like you have a really skewed perception of reality.
I'm just being real. Why even try when there's nothing you can do?
That's just life. Why do we do anything? I'm glad we had this conversation. Did it accomplish anything for you?
I have a better idea of who you are. That's a good first step. What's so funny?
You just contradicted yourself. You said only the exceptional can make a change, but our efforts just made a change right now. Even if it was just a little one.
Felix!
Ash, I haven't seen you. What's going on?
I did a little research done. Top secret stuff. Please.
Secrets. Becoming more familiar with those. Give me specifics.
I need info on the name Elias Crimson. Some keywords that might pop up are Comet and Hitman.
Hitman. Why that specific word?
I'm sure you can guess.
You let a hitman back into our community.
We already knew he's a murderer, so his occupation doesn't really make that much of a difference.
You're overlooking the obvious problem here. Professional hitmen have years of experience getting out of tough positions and eliminating threats. Which, by the way, we are to him now, being his captors and all.
So I'll raise security again. I doubt he can get out of 7-pound chains.
Where do you expect to find those?
I'll figure it out.
You know what? This isn't my problem yet. Let's see what I can do before Penn finds out and kills both of us. So Crimson. I've definitely heard that name before. Bingo. Remember the assassination attempt on Jonathan Varian? Turns out, Crimson was the one who tried to kill him.
I remember hearing about that. Varian hired Crimson to kill someone, but then it backfired as Crimson tried to kill Varian instead.
He must be a real idiot to turn on the Godfather like that. Doesn't really make sense for a hired assassin.
Anything else we can learn about him?
Give me a minute. Nope, that's the only instance I can find even mentioning him here.
That didn't really tell me much.
I'm not done yet. I've only just searched 10% of the total web. I'll run a deeper search for his name, face, and possible services. Then, if I don't find a listing, we can be disappointed. There it is. Hitman Crimson Red. Has a ring to it, don't you think?
It's the first listing to show up.
Honestly, I thought he'd be harder to find. He must be quite popular. Hey, this page looks pretty nice, actually. For a slaughter forum.
Oh, this is horrible.
I know. He might be good at web design, but his business skills are atrocious. Jobs on kids should be more expensive than adults. They're way harder to kill. Not that I would know. Just assuming it's a smaller target.
Let's not joke about that, Felix.
Sure. Looks like he has a slogan. 100% satisfaction guaranteed.
That doesn't seem right. Varian didn't seem very satisfied with his results.
Wow, a hitman lying. I'm in shock.
I bet that job was bad for business.
I'm sure. Did you get what you need?
There's one more thing I wanted to ask. I found this in a cycle.
Ah, that's some hardcore shit. Don't mix this up with any of Annabelle's medications. Unless you don't want her waking up tomorrow.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's a space oddity. It's a drug made specifically catered towards junkies. It's manufactured by Comet for the cross-planetary drug trade.
Drug trade? What's Comet doing participating in a drug trade? Isn't that illegal?
Not when you own half the galaxy. Comet has normalized organized crime to such an extent that no one bats an eye when they see this shit being sold in the streets.
Does no one try to stop them?
I know some of the rebel groups have outwardly opposed Comet. I heard they convert old ships salvaged from the space travel ban into bombs to fly into Comet's ships. Pretty ingenious, I think.
How do you know all that?
I heard some guy talking about it back on the streets. Can't really forget either. You know how I was before I met you guys? I tried some oddities. It wasn't for me. A lot of my friends got hooked on the stuff.
So it's addicting.
Oh yeah, very.
So I should work under the idea that he'll go through withdrawals.
That's what I do. Need any help dealing with that? I have some experience in that field.
I don't want to expose you to that stuff again. You've been doing really well avoiding your vices since this all started.
You want me to stay away from that stuff, but you bring me a bottle of space oddity? Again, I'm joking. If you don't need my help, I'll gladly take the time off. God knows I need it. Penn has been working me to the bone since you came back. Speaking of, here comes my daily visit. I'm not interested, Penn. Hit on someone else.
Ha ha, very funny, Felix. I need you to... Oh, Ash is here. Didn't expect to see you.
Neither did I.
I was just leaving. I got what I needed.
Wait. I was going to find you next. I've been thinking it over, and I have a job for you.
You and Felix, comedians. His jokes are better than yours. At least they're not about me.
I'm serious. If you want it, it's yours.
Pen, just cut it out.
Do you want it or not?
If you're being serious, obviously.
I'm assuming this has to do with the creatures gathered by the northeast camera?
The guards have been keeping watch to make sure the numbers don't get too big. But at the rate they're showing up, we might encounter a problem.
We're under attack?
No, it's nothing that urgent. They don't pose a threat to infrastructure unless agitated. Though the more that gather in that one area, the higher the risk of agitation. So it's better we remove them now before they become an actual problem.
I'll contact the guards and have them move the fans.
Ash, I need you to get 1 gallon of alcohol from the bar and an insulator tarp from the storage. Bring them to the northeast wall. I'll meet you there after I finish something here. I'll be quick.
Right. I'll go do that right now, I guess.
He just said he was tired of you dashing his little dreams.
I'm giving him an opportunity to help. Plus, I heard that someone decided to go to the bar when I explicitly told them they weren't allowed to go.
Go back to patronizing him.
So, give me the details.
Scouts reported a fire at Paul's Deli a few days ago, right around the time the astronauts showed up. Since then, creature sightings have skyrocketed. The blaze clearly attracted them towards our general vicinity.
Makes sense. Why do you smell like alcohol?
That's probably my new hand sanitizer.
Don't lie to me. I could smell it on your breath. Unless you're drinking your hand sanitizer.
I might have had a drink.
And a drink the other day?
It was one drink.
It's a slippery slope, Felix.
Who cares? We're all gonna die here eventually. Not even that bad. I'm regulating myself.
Regulating? So you're planning to drink more?
Pleading the fifth on that one.
You're smarter than this.
I know. Look, I've learned from my mistakes. Or I'm trying to, at least. If something does happen to me, you won't be responsible. It's my business. And if it becomes a problem again, it'll be my problem.
Don't let that happen, Felix.
I don't need you to baby me like you do Ash. I'm a grown man.
So is he. And stop judging how I protect him. If I don't, he might end up like you one day.
You're lucky I'm planning on getting drunk enough to pretend you didn't say that. Finish what you were saying earlier, before I refuse to help you anymore.
It could be that they picked up our scent after the bloodbath Lucas made. Paul's Deli is directly northeast of here. They probably came straight from there. Send a crew to the deli. Tell them to look out for evidence of human interference. If it survived the fire, I want the security footage. Make it a dual-purpose trip. Have them scavenge for food, medical supplies, and gasoline siphons at the same time.
I'll let them know. Don't let me keep you. Your son's waiting.
Your stubbornness will be the death of you, Felix. That is, if the drinking doesn't get to you first.
You've been listening to Solarity, written and directed by Victoria Cherichetti. Intro music by Evan Nobler. Starring
Victoria Cherichetti as Jaime.
Carlo Deniega as Alex.
Umifusion as Sophia.
Harold Ingram as Ash.
Tommie McCoy as Felix.
Tabetha McNeal as Penelope.
Tristan Sartoris as Juniper. Additional voices by
Nate Barone.
and
Vicky, Henness.